A business person, how important is personal branding?
It's very important because number one, you must remember again, we need to trust you.
Okay.
So when you're working on your brand as a business person, you need to make sure that you put it together in such a manner that it's trustable. So it's very important if you're a business person that the people that you do business with must be able to trust you. And how will I trust you is if I know who I'm working with
Yeah.
based on what you put out. And Pamela, who is this is the Pamela who's at home, right? And that have their private life. But then there's another Pamela who wants to build the brand of I am a business person without touching the Pamela at home.
Yes.
And when Pam is in public, what does Pam talk about? What does Pam associate herself with? What is Pam affiliated to? So if Pam is a business person, then that should be Pam's language. So many times, especially when you expose your personal life, I think there's a lot of danger in that as well. So I think you must be comfortable with what you want to put out.
Yeah,
and the
okay.
minute you're not comfortable with it, rather don't
Don't,
put it out. No, but I'm saying that is because sometimes people, as much as they are business people or they are into podcasts or they sell hair or whatever, in many of times people not feel, but it's also important to be relatable. So if I take business advice from Pam, who eats pap and flakes just like me, it's information that kind of like we start connecting. So that's why sometimes it is important to share a little bit of who I am or what I like doing so that people can relate to you. So if I want to market Purpose and Glow, Purpose and Glow has to exist so that we can plan around it. Yeah, how does it grow? Who are the target audience? Who do I want to reach out to? How often do I want to post? What do I want to post? What must be the message?
Welcome back to the Peppers and Glow podcast. My name is Pamela, your host, and I'm so excited for today's topic. We are exploring a topic that I personally need for myself, and that is personal branding and personal development. I was thinking to myself, who can I have this conversation with? And the only person that came to mind was Helena. I'm so excited to have her in the studio. But before I give her the opportunity to introduce herself, I'd like to thank you guys for everything that you're doing on the social media handles, that is Instagram, TikTok, here on YouTube, all the comments, the likes, the shares. I see you and I'm really appreciating what you're doing. Thank you so much. So, Helena, thank you so much for being here today.
It's a pleasure. I was thinking when you're thinking of who to ask, and then I was the one that came to mind. I was like, really?
Yes.
The only person.
Yes. Yes, the only person. Who can I have this conversation with, if not you?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be here.
So, Helena, for those that do not know you yet, would you please give a brief introduction about yourself, who you are, and what you do?
Yeah,
A whole founder, by the way. But
that is, I think, one of the most difficult questions
It is.
I get when people say introduce yourself. I'm always just like, where do I start? Because I wear so many hats, but for those that are watching, and so let me not say don't know me, because I mean, yeah. My name is Helena Ngaifiwa. I am a seasoned media personality. I'm a founder of the Simply You a Lifestyle magazine. So Simply You magazine is a Namibian local magazine, a platform to celebrate local personalities. And we also founded, that is the Simply You magazine Lifestyle and Fashion Awards, whereby we celebrate local personalities as well, that we felt like, there's the music awards, there's the football awards, there's the film and theater awards. But then I felt like there was an industry that was missed, that makes these other personalities big, and this is your fashion designer. So you can't be an artist if you don't have a fashion designer, if you don't have a makeup artist. People will not really know you if they are not radio DJs. So that is what the Simply You magazine, a lifestyle fashion awards, is about. I am also I do a lot of charity work as well, close to my heart. The way I go by. Whatever you do, always try and put a smile on somebody's face. Children in particular. A big advocate for the boy child. I know whenever I say that, I'm a mother of boys, but that's not the reason. I just came to a realization that we put so much emphasis on the girl child. And I thought that we're doing a lot of injustice to the boy child. And I thought I need to be a voice for the boys as well. Because we empowering all the girls to be with which boys? The boys are not empowered, So that's just some of a little bit of my profile. Otherwise, if I must go on and on and on and on, we're going to
a little bit about profile. I love that.
Yes.
And all along, whenever I heard you speak about being a boy, boy
child advocate,
boy mom advocate, I always thought it's because you have boys.
Not even.
So thank you so much for elaborating that.
Yes,
not even. It's true.
Yeah.
There's no way we can build a society of girls without boys.
I always say, and this is my thinking, right? So you have a household where the two have to coexist. There's a boy and there's a girl. But we constantly take the girl out and then we take her somewhere where we need to empower her. We're developing her mind. She needs to think a different way. And this boy is stuck at home. When the girl comes home, she must come and she must come and live all this empowerment to an unempowered boy. This boy is going to be like, what are you doing? So I really feel that as a society, it's something that I'm so passionate about. I speak about it every chance I get. As a society, we need to make sure that we're empowering the girl child and the boy child at the same time.
That's a handful of a brief. What's the word? A brief introduction.
So like I said, every chance you give me, I will talk about my advocacy. I will talk about what I stand for. I'm like a politician.
No, that is good, because why I ask my guests to introduce themselves is because I want them to put out there how to introduce themselves in a way that they want to be known for.
Yes, 100%.
So if I introduce you, people would not know you for who you are. They would not you. Who better to introduce themselves?
100%.
Okay, so please, I'd like us to go through a few icebreaker questions just to ease and get into the episode. So the first question would be, what were you listening to on your way here?
Pucci or Mahangano. So Pucci is a Namibian artist that, the Mahangano song. So she kind of have like an acoustic album. So I was listening to, what is the song? I almost started singing it.
You could.
No. Ngoyesus Shiganje. So that's that. It's Sunday, so I
love it. How does your morning routine look like?
Crazy.
What do you mean by crazy?
So I am a mom of two boys. I have a teenager and a toddler. So my morning, if it's a typical weekday, my morning is between yelling at my son, the eldest, to make sure he's ready so that I can take him to school on time. I don't know, boys take so long in getting ready. Between my toddler crying for something and me just trying to rush. My mornings are always, honestly, there's no morning that I was just like, when I wake up, I need to go make breakfast. I need to scream at my son, are you ready? Then this one starts crying, then I need to rush into the car. When I get in the car, I'm like, that every day.
Do you have a particular time that you wake up, or is it just, let's do this?
So usually any time between obviously 6. So my eldest is a bit grown now. So 6.
So he doesn't really need the assistance,
he just needs the yelling.
He
just needs the yelling, because oh my goodness, he takes his time with everything. So 6 o'clock to just make sure we are in time because I need to drop him off at school before I go to work. So
Interesting. What's your favorite city in the whole wide world?
Oh my goodness. You know what, hey? I am, if you know me, and I'm not saying this because I have traveled. I've been to so many countries. Um, okay, that sounded a bit, but I have, and I'm owning it. I'm owning it.
Yes.
But if you know me, I love Namibia. I'm from Swakopmund. I'm born in Rwanda. So Swakopmund, hands down, is there's just something about it.
Wait, you're born in Sokomoon and it's your favorite city?
Yeah, it's my favorite. Okay, it's a town.
Yeah.
But hey, it's a city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite town or city? Let me put it.
Swakopmund. Yes.
Because
I think it's the most beautifulest town in Namibia. People must go argue with themselves. It is. Yeah. It's the cleanest.
I agree to disagree.
It's the cleanest. If you're strolling in town, especially in the main street, there's just something about it.
Beautiful town, indeed.
Yes, and I don't know.
And it's not just for the beaches and whatnot.
It's
such a beautiful town. There's just something about.
There's just something about it, but also maybe I'm also. Because it's home, so maybe I find so much comfort in it. But I'm also not the most adventurous person. Like if you go with me to like a different country, I'm not that person that would wake up in the morning and want to go sightseeing. I'm not that type of person.
You'd rather sleep in the hotel room?
I will watch a movie.
In a city.
I will watch a movie that I can watch at home. I know. But Swakopmund, hands down, is one of my favorite towns. Obviously, there is something about like the Paris. There is something about Cape Town as well. But Swakopmund. But I have been to what is the capital of Kenya? Nairobi. I love Nairobi as well.
Okay.
I love Nairobi. I love the city. I love the business. I love and see how opposite. Swakopmund is quiet and it's subtle and it's just soothing. And then Nairobi and other cities are very, very busy. But if I have to pick out another city that is not in Namibia, it would be Nairobi.
Nairobi.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been to Africa.
It's beautiful. It is.
Yeah.
So it is beautiful. Yeah. There's a lot of people. Yeah.
How is it? Is it like Nigeria?
No.
Okay. No, I mean
there's nothing wrong with Nigeria.
No, I mean the traffic.
Anybody watching from Nigeria, I love you.
No, what I meant is the traffic.
The traffic is definitely insane. The traffic is insane. Like we don't have traffic. We do not have traffic.
That's why I gave the example of Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
So is the traffic like that?
The traffic is like that.
Okay.
The traffic. I think in most of the cities, East West Africa, the traffic is insane.
I think it's because of the population.
It is the population. Actually, it is because of the population, because the people are a lot. Yeah. So I always tend to like. So I'm one of those people when people complain about traffic here or they complain about something in Namibia, I'm just like, yeah, no, you've not seen worse. You've not seen worse. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go straight into it here.
Oh, okay.
How would you define personal branding?
So a personal branding, I think it's really who you want people to see you as, because especially if you are an influencer, if you are a personality, or just somebody in an office, that you don't necessarily have to be in the media space. You can be even if a politician, whatever career you are in or path that you are in. I personally believe that the brand is the person that you put out for people to see. Who is Helena? When people think about Helena, now you kind of have to go back and manufacture a little bit. You have to put blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks together and build this person that you put out in the public, and that is your brand. That is the person that people, the first time when they interact with you, they're interacting with your brand. I always tell people it's like when you go out and you meet the love of your life, you know, before you get to know their personality, before you get to have a conversation with them, it's what you see, and that is the brand. That is your brand. What are you putting out on social media? How do you package yourself as a person? And to be a powerful brand, you don't necessarily have to be on social media as well. It's just how do you carry yourself. Why I'm saying portray, right, and maybe not the right word there, is because sometimes you want to be a certain person in public, because you want to protect your private life, or you're a certain person in your private life and you don't want to put that out, and you want to expose that. So you kind of are protective, or you're mindful of the person you put out in public might not necessarily be the person who's at home. You know? So this person here, this is a personal brand that you are building for the person that you want the public to know. There's a blur line. Some people don't mind. You know, they are. You see me, this is who I am, this is my brand. But then there are certain people who feel like, at home I am this person, but then in public I want to be this person.
For a business person, how important is personal branding?
It's very important because, number one, you must remember, again, we need to trust you. So when you're working on your brand as a business person, you need to make sure that you put it together in such a manner that it's trustable. So it's very important, if you're a business person, that the people that you do business with must be able to trust you. And how will I trust you is if I know who I'm working with, based on what you put out and what you portray, or what you put out in the public. And I need to gain your trust, and I need to be able to trust you. But if you have this type of image in the public, it can dent the identity.
The identity. How can one then? Let's give an example. I'm Pam, and then there's Tofi Designs. Let me use Peppers and Glow since we are on the podcast. We are two different people, if I can put it.
These are two different people. Okay.
How do I differentiate the two? Because here, in as much, I want to be known, for example, no, I'm a podcaster, I'm a wedding planner, business person, let me say like that. And then there's the business.
But why do you want to separate the two? Because it's still one person.
So I don't necessarily have to divide the two.
Because maybe
why I say this, is because I want to have my own private life, you said, which I don't want people to know about. I feel like I'm just not comfortable sharing that. Then I've got the brand that I want to build, and then I've got the Peppers and Glow. So they're two different things. Because I'm an individual, I'm a business person, and then there's the business itself. How do I then?
I think you can definitely, and that's what we're saying. So there's Pamela, who is. This is the Pamela who's at home, right? And that have their private life. But then there's another Pamela who wants to build the brand of I am a business person without touching the Pamela at home. And then there is the Purpose and Glow. So I think we don't actually even need to have access. People cannot have access to something they don't know of or they don't know about. So putting out the Pamela as a business person is you branding yourself as a business person. When Pam is in public, what does Pam talk about? What does Pam associate herself with? What is Pam affiliated to? So if Pam is a business person, then that should be Pam's language. Because when she's out there, she's talking on business, she's talking about her business and the things that she wants. And then if there's the podcast, then there's the podcast that we are growing. And these two, we don't need to know this person. You literally put out what you want people to know, and you push these two individually, because this is a podcast, this is a business person individually, without having to bring this person out, which I think is very important, because so many times, especially when you expose your personal life, I think there's a lot of danger in that as well. So I think it's very important to kind of, you must be comfortable with what you want to put out.
Yeah,
And the
okay.
minute you're not comfortable with it, rather don't put it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why I ask? Because you find people having one, not that they're not supposed to have social media, one handle.
Yeah.
Or it's the business page. You find them posting what I cook in a day on a business page.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that is what I cook in a day. Look at me, I'm going to the gym.
on the Peppers and Glow platform.
Yeah, or even on the business platform.
Maybe on the
business platform. No, but I'm saying that is because sometimes people, as much as they are business people or they are into podcasts or they sell hair, whatever, in many of times people but it's also important to be relatable. So if I take business advice from Pam, who eats pap and flakes just like me, it's information that kind of like we start connecting. So that's why sometimes it is important to share a little bit of, who I am or what I like doing, so that people can relate to you. And then again, you are able to control what you want to put out.
It goes to when you said be comfortable with what you're sharing.
Yeah. Be comfortable. Be comfortable with what you are sharing, and also just make sure that you're able to manage it. Yeah.
What's the difference between branding and marketing? Is there a difference between the two?
Is there? So marketing, especially, how do I put this? This is a tricky one. You in order for you to market a product, to market anything, a brand must exist.
Okay.
So the brand is kind of like it's the starting point in order for you to go into the marketing space. So if I want to market Purpose and Glow, Purpose and Glow has to exist. I have to put that brand out. I have to create its identity. I have to create its purpose. I have to create what is it that I want from this, where do I want it to go, and so forth. In order for you to now sit and say, okay, I'm going to put out a marketing strategy. This has to exist before you can roll out the marketing for it.
Love it. Love logic. It's simple, straight to the point.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Because in order for you to just sit in a room and say, okay, for the next 2 months, this is what we're going to do, this must be there, so that we can plan around it. Yeah. How does it grow? Who are the target audience? Who do I want to reach out to? How often do I want to post? What do I want to post? What must be the message? So you have to feed off.
So the brand, is it more than just the logo and just colors and stuff like that?
It's an identity. It's an identity. It's an identity. It is a vision.
Okay.
It is it's an identity. It is a vision. It can be a purpose. It can be something that somebody can look at and be motivated. So it is more than just a logo, because it is home to so many people. That's why some of the biggest brands, or some of the biggest personalities, we know them from what they put out there, and it's really more than just putting out a logo. The minute I see the logo, I must have this warmth in me because of what I know about it and what I feel about it. Yeah. So I must be like, if I see Purpose and Glow, I must be like, oh,
because of the brand that was built around.
Yes, because of what you have built around it. What is the information that you put out? Why is it there? Like with Purpose and Glow, like if somebody has to ask you, why Purpose and Glow? Why must somebody affiliate with it? Why must somebody fall in love with it? Why must somebody watch it? So it should be, somebody must be able to, how we defend superstars, or how we defend the things we love. We defend them based on what we know. And that comes back to, do I trust Purpose and Glow? I can only trust Purpose and Glow based on what I've seen. And that's how I'll be able to right now be like, no, hey, listen, but it is based on the brand, what is built around it, and what it is and what it stands for. Yeah.
So the brand is not just the logo.
It's not just the logo.
It's what you do. And how easy is it to build a brand, and how easy is it to destroy a brand?
Both equally, like,
Okay.
It's not easy at all, because I think even for you, when you had to think of purpose and flow, you had to, it's not, you don't just wake up and say, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You must have purpose.
Yeah.
You must look at, why am I doing this? Why do I want to put this out? Who is it going to inspire? Who do I want to reach with this message? So I personally feel you need to craft it so well. When you put it out, you need to be at a point where you understand it properly. You're able to defend it. I always tell people that the minute you put out, you work on a project and you put it out, and if you're not sure and somebody criticizes it, you're going to be like, actually, but it's true. Maybe I mustn't say purpose and flow. Maybe it must be purpose and divine, because you understand, because you are not confident. So building a brand, it's not an overnight thing. There's so many things that need to go into consideration. What does it stand for? What does it mean? Why do I want to put this out? I think you should be able to answer the why. The why is important. And you need to look at, is there a market for this? It's like you're putting out something. Who are you putting it out for? Why are you putting it out? Is it necessary? Is it important? Does anybody care? So this means whatever brand you're putting out, you're literally sitting and you're answering the why. You have to answer the why. You have to answer, like, when is also very important. When do you want to put this out? Who are your target audience? Who do you want to talk to? There's so many questions that you should be able to answer when you are busy building a brand, even just as an individual. Even as an individual, who do I want to relate to? Who do I want to speak to? What rooms do I want to be in? How do I get into those rooms? So you literally sit, you ask yourself 100 questions. You must be able to answer each and every one of them. Honestly. So honest that you must be able to go back and scratch it out and come back again. I'll tell you when I started, and I'll come back to how easy it is to destroy it. When I started with Simply You magazine, it was based on an argument, not like a fight, but like a conversation. I used to love Move magazine. Used to be Move. I used to love Huisgenoot. I used to love Drum, but it was True Love. But it wasn't Namibian. It wasn't local. And I remember we were having a conversation and somebody said, no, I don't know how, I can't really remember who said what, but I remember saying, but why don't we have magazines like this in Namibia? And somebody said, but Namibians are lazy. Namibians don't like to read. I was like, but I'm a Namibian. Exactly. I buy these magazines. And I remember we did research. Research is also important. We did research and we just wanted to know average, how many magazines were sold in Namibia, who reads, with the target audience. And we found that per week at the time, the Paul Media Company, the one that distributes the Move magazines and all those magazines to Namibia, they sold over 20,000 copies per week in Namibia. I was like, who buys this? Who are these 20,000 people? Who buys these magazines? And so that was my frustration. I was like, no, there are 20,000 people that buy these magazines weekly, if not daily, in Namibia. Maybe what we're giving, maybe the Namibians just don't have something that is relatable to what is already there or to offer. And I was determined. I was like, no, we're gonna put out a magazine. And I was so stubborn enough to say, and it's gonna be local.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like your True Love. It's gonna be like your Huisgenoot. It's gonna be like your Move magazine, but it's gonna be local.
Yeah.
So much so that we had, in the middle of the magazine where you have the poster.
Yeah.
We had every artist. We had artist posters. You can take the poster out and put it in your room, because I said we can do this for Namibia. And for me to create the Simply You brand, it was important to understand who am I speaking to, and why did I want to put out this brand. I wanted to put it out because I wanted a platform to celebrate Namibians. I wanted to publish a story on the Namibian chef, on a Namibian makeup artist. I wanted a child to have the dog poster in their room, because why was this not possible? So when we sat down and we were coming up with the magazine, the ideas, but it was based on that conversation. The ideas, and so forth. We went through a lot, even just with the name. We had so many names. We're trying to look for something relatable. We're trying to not change the wheel. We're trying to, kind of complement with what is already in the industry. And just the content. What type of content do we want to put out? Do we want to do the, oh my gosh, did you hear what just happened to who? So those are, we had months and months and months of just trying to get the identity right. We went through, this will work, no, this will not work, this will work, this will not work, but we had to go through, and I think it probably even took us a year to just come to the identity that we actually wanted. We went back and forth, and that's why I'm saying creating a brand, it's not overnight. And that's why you hear stories of KFC only made $1 million at how old, when he started a long time ago. That just goes back to, it's not overnight. It takes time. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of sacrifice for you to get that end product that you want. And the minute you put it out there, I feel like when you work on a brand, or you want to put out an identity, or you want to put out something, the hard work that you put in to just put it out, that kind of gives you that booster as to say, listen, I'm going to defend this, because I want to put this out. And nobody can actually come today and say, but with a magazine, we just feel, because it took me months and months and months to prepare the final product. I always say you kind of like write down what are the questions that people will ask, and you're able to answer those questions.
Answer them in the magazine itself, or
just
for yourself?
Just when you put out your product, you must be able to answer it within your product, or just for yourself. If somebody has to ask you a question today as to why are you doing this, you should be able to answer it confidently. Yes. The next one, you said, how easy is it to destroy the brand? Just like this, literally, like this. Like you can work so hard for something, months and years, and you put everything in it, and within a blink of an eye, it can all be gone.
Could you maybe mention 2 factors that could lead to destroying your brand?
If I am I'm a fan of Purpose and Glow, and I watch it and I follow it for certain reasons, and I obviously, because of the beliefs that it stands for, the message that it puts out, and so forth. And I love the host Pamela because of what she stands for, because of this and because of that, because of that. It will take one scandal for me to be like, for me to roll my eyes and be like, no, next, it will literally take and shame, it will literally take one scandal or a scandal from Pamela that will make me be like, I don't think I trust her anymore. I don't think I want to be associated with her. Because sadly, that's how human beings think.
Yeah.
I don't think I wanna. I don't gel like that. You
Yeah.
know, I don't. She doesn't align with my belief anymore.
Yeah.
It will literally take that one scandal or something out in the public that people don't receive very well that can destroy your brand. And that's why I'm like, and I always tell people that try and protect your brand with everything that you have, because this is, it's your baby, it's your child. So you need to even just your way of living, the things that you do, always try and make sure that you're protecting your brand, to make sure that people still receive it. Because I mean, if I'm going to watch Purpose and Glow because I want to be motivated, and Pamela is doing the opposite, you know, I'm going to be judging you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, girl, what do you mean I must get my life together?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, unfortunately, that's human nature. That's how it works. Yeah.